Hello everyone. So in this video I'll be walking you through module 3 of TLB Map file project. So module 3 is all about retrieving the stocks and weather data from the internet and storing it as a small files in our Hadoop system. So let me show you how this particular module works first, and let us understand the behavior of this module, and let me take you to the design diagram after that. So you can see in this particular the logged in user has I've subscribed to couple of stocks data and couple of weather data. So if you click on HDFS operations, this is the welcome screen. So this screen you people cannot do any operations over there. This is just a static screen. If you click on HDFS operations, so this is a static JSP screen that has been implemented in operations.jsp, but you people can navigate to 4 other screens. So retrieve stocks data is the one which will be pulling out the data from the internet and storing it as a small file inside the stocks folder, and retrieve weather data is the one which will be pulling the weather data from the internet and storing it as a small file inside the weather folder, and execute stock merge algorithm is the one which will merge all those stocks small files into one large file inside the folder called stocks_merged that you have created in the class. So and execute weather merge algorithm is the one which will merge all the weather small files, and it will be storing it as a one large file inside weather merged folder that you have created in the class. Okay, so let us do it one by one. So retrieving the stock data and retrieving the weather data, so these two things belongs to module 3, and executing the merge algorithm for both stocks and weather belongs to module 4. Okay, so as part of module 3 is concerned, so let us see how the stocks data will be retrieved from the internet. I'm going to click on that particular link. So retrieve stocks data. So you can see it says no data found. That is because the task has not been run even once. Okay, so you can first go to Hadoop administration console. So how to go to Hadoop administration console? If you open a new tab in your browser, there will be a bookmark provided by Hadoop Cloudera people. So you need to click on that Hadoop bookmark and click on this HDFS name node. Okay, so just in case if you don't have this bookmark tab, you can directly enter the URL localhost :50070. Okay, so it will take us to the Hadoop file system. So towards the right, extreme right, you can see browse the file system. So you need to go to user/Cloudera. So I'll just go to user/Cloudera. So you can see you people have created 4 folders. Number 1 stocks, number 2 stocks merged, number 2 weather, and number 2 weather merged. So I'll click on stocks. You can see there are no small files created yet. I'll click on weather. There are no small files for weather created yet. And if you click on stocks merged, there are no merged files for stocks, and there are no merged file for weather. Okay, so now let me go to our project and run this button. So remember, if upon clicking on this particular button, it will pull the stocks data from the internet, and it will be storing it inside the stocks folder as a small files. Okay, so I'll just click on that run button. So you can see it says successfully started the task. It might take several minutes to complete. You will have to execute the merge algorithm before you could read the result. So the speed, the total time taken will be depending upon the speed of your internet, because the stocks data will be pulled from internet, as you know. Okay, so now you can go to that Hadoop file system and enter inside that the stocks directory, and check if you got that small file or not. So you can see yes, so one stock file has been generated. You need to keep on refreshing until you have 2 small files over there. So because I have subscribed for 2 stocks companies, so you can see now 2 small files got created inside the stocks folder. So this says that running the stocks data task has been completed. Okay, so similarly I'll go back to retrieve weather data menu. I'll click on retrieve weather data. So you can see I'm going to click on this run the task now. So even retrieving the weather data task has been started, so it requires some time to complete. So how to check if it is completed or not? You need to go to that HDFS and you need to click on the weather folder. So inside weather folder, one file has been stored, but I have subscribed for 2 weather cities, right? I need to keep on refreshing this until 2 files have been created here. So you can now see there are 2 files that got created. Okay, one for Mysore, one for California. It has been named as Sanger, United States. Okay, so the naming convention you people can see, I am naming it as pqrs@gmail.com, the one who logged in, and then the city name for which you have subscribed to, and then the date at which the task has been executed and the time at which the task has been executed. So this will be the naming convention. So if you want, you can click on this file and download and see what will be the content. So I'm going to download that file. So after downloading, you need to open it with edit plus gedit. So you can see Mysore, it says 27 is the the temperature, and thunderstorm is the description of the temperature. Okay, so this is how a small file has been generated for weather. So you can see, so this total size of this particular small file is just 75 bytes. You can see it towards the left hand side, but it is occupying one entire block of 128 MB. So even the second file is also occupying the total block size of 128 MB. So this is what we call the small file problem in Hadoop. So the same with respect to stocks also. So though the small file size is 108 bytes, so it's occupying the total block size as 128 MB. Okay, so whatever you people have seen so far comes under module 3. So pulling the stocks data and retrieving the weather data. So now let us understand from the coding perspective which all the Java files and JSP files involved in it, so and how they will be operating. So if you look at the design diagram for module 3, so here it is. So there are 2 JSP files involved, operations_stocks.jsp and operations_weather.jsp. So they are just self-explanatory. So if you can recall what we have done, so if you click on this retrieve the stocks data, so it will take us to operations_stocks.jsp. And then if I click on retrieve weather data, so it will take us to operations_weather.jsp. So it is inside operations_stocks.jsp where this run the task now button is present. So what I need to do, I need to go to that JSP file, so operations_stocks.jsp file, and I need to search for that. So run the task now, where is that? Here it is. So there is the button run the task now. If you click on this submit button, it will execute an action called stocks HDFS by setting the hidden variable value as run. Okay, so the action that got executed, that will be executed, is stocks HDFS. So how to find out the servlet name which will be executing? So you need to open web.xml and you need to search for that stocks HDFS. Here it is. You can see the stocks HDFS is making a call to a servlet by name stocks HDFS. Stocks HDFS is executing a servlet inside com.tlb.servlet.stocks HDFS servlet.java. So if you expand the Java resources src com.tlb.servlet, there you can see stocks HDFS servlet.java. So this is a servlet file. To be specific, this is the do post method that will be executed upon clicking on that button run the task now. And remember, the value of the hidden variable that was set was run. Okay, so this part of the code alone will be executing, whereas there are other 2 value of the hidden variable that we will see that in the next module. But as far as this module is concerned, this part of the code will be executing. So what are we actually doing within this part of the code? So you can see service.runJob. So I'm making a call to run job method that is written inside a service object. So service object is nothing but an object of the class hdfs service.java. Okay, so within the class called hdfs service.java, I'm just making a call to run job method, and I'm passing stocks as an input and the one who logged in as an input. Okay, so now let me open hdfs service.java. So hdfs service.java, if you just mouse over on that, it will show the package. So this is present inside com.tlb.service.hdfs service. So inside com.tlb.service.hdfs service. So within this particular class, so the method called run job will be executed. So here it is, run job will be executed. So the first parameter will be what type of task it is, whether the stocks data or the weather data. Second parameter will be the logged in user email ID. Okay, so you can see if the task is equal to stocks, it is creating a stocks job. Else, if the task is equal to weather, it is creating a weather job. So what is stocks job and what is weather job? So let us check. So if you see mouse over on that, it is saying this stocks job is present inside com.tlb.threads.stocks job. Okay, so let me expand that package, com.tlb.threads. Here it is. So stocks job. So stocks job is basically a thread. So you can see you have learned how to create a thread in Java, and you can see we are creating a thread using the preferred method by implementing a runnable interface. So run method will be the business logic of that particular thread. Okay, so all I am going to do within this stocks job.java is I am creating a object of the class by name stocks data service.java. So with respect to that stocks data service.java, I am simply making a call to get stocks data on each and every single company this particular user has subscribed to. So I am first reading the list of all the companies that particular user have subscribed to, and within a loop I am making a call to get stocks data within this Java file. Okay, so that Java file is present inside com.tlb.service. So if you go to com.tlb.service, so there it is, stocks data service.java, and here it is, get stocks data method. So this is the method which will be communicating with the internet to pull the stocks data. Okay, you can see. So we are making a call to this website. So http://indianstocksexchange.p.mashup.com. So we are just making an API call. This is what we call it as a web service call. So we are making a web service call to this particular URL to pull that particular stocks data. Okay, so after getting that entire stocks data, okay, so after getting that entire stocks data, you can see I'm writing that file content, I mean the response from that particular website inside hadoop space fs -put. That entire file I'm writing inside the folder called stocks. So that is why we can see all the small files will be stored inside a folder called stocks. Okay, so this method will be executed for each of the stocks company and logged in user have subscribed for. So if the user have subscribed for two stocks company, so this method will be executed twice, and two files will be stored inside the stocks folder, like that. Okay, so just remember the Java files that we are used. So we have used a servlet called stocks hdfs servlet.java. We have used a service file called hdfs service.java. We have used stocksjob.java, and we have used stocks data service.java, and you just understood why each of these Java files have been used. Okay, so that is what I have mentioned in the design diagram. Okay, so whenever we hit a submit button on that particular JSP file, so it will invoke the web.xml, which will forward the request to stocks hdfs servlet, so which will make use of hdfs servlet to create a thread called stocks job, which will in turn make use of stocks data service to write the small file into your hdfs. Okay, the same set of operation will be done for weather also. So in that case, it will execute weather hdfs servlet.java. Even this also will make use of same hdfs service, but it will create a thread called weather job, and it will make use of weather data service.java to pull the data from the internet, and it will write that into your hdfs. So you can see this particular symbol indicates this weather data service, and stocks data service will be making use of web service call. Okay, so this is how the design diagram will look like for module 3.